Hello, sweet souls. Welcome to Guy Fairy Tarot. Thank you for being here. I hope you're having an excellent day. This message is going to be general and collective, so please only take what resonates. So, you have come to like a quiet internal resolve with trauma that happened to you in the past. You faced all of it. You have forgiven it all. You have forgiven yourself maybe for the ways that you acted based off of the trauma. You understand why you were acting in a way, like, I don't know, any ways that we act out of our shadow side. In the end, once you come to terms the fact that, like, your addiction, or maybe your bad choices, or there's a string of things that have happened to you in the past, collective, that you have forgiven yourself for. And you understand that it's because of trauma that was put on you in the past by people, and it was done intentionally. So not only have you come to terms with what you did and forgiven yourself, but you've also come to terms with what these other people did, and you have forgiven that as well. All you want is forward movement, okay? And you are an ascended master. It went 31, or 33, 31, 32, which in this deck is you're rooted in your identity. You have mastered your internal chaos, and now you're unlocking truth. And it's because of your peace and internal harmony, your inner peace, the quiet resolve that you have. All of this has led you to inner peace, and this is wonderful. Wings of ruin. You embrace transformation. You have become something completely different than you were. Rather than fighting the change, fighting the ending, you embraced it. The fractured veil. The hidden truths. The pathway to peace. This is the hidden truth about the pathway to inner peace. That overcoming chaos, calming the chaos, mastering your own shadows and chaos brings a pathway to serenity and peace, but also it unlocks gifts or hidden truths. Embracing the beauty of impermanence, letting things go, having the ability to let things go and go with the flow of the cosmos, the universal flow. This is how you reach enlightenment, a higher awareness. You have fractured the veil as well in gaining this higher awareness. Okay. The veil of resilience. Your hidden powers. The powers that are hidden in you, and her arms are wounded, so she's obviously been attacked because of her, the resilience shows in the scars, right? You have to have scars to prove that you're resilient. This is something that you recognized, that what you were going through or what you've been through has actually made you who you are. You would not be the strong and durable individual that you are had you not been forced in through these trials. This will be the legacy about dreams, unlocking dreams, your legacy, and about how you became a dragon in a pile of snakes, a phoenix amongst a bunch of pigeons. Okay, the veil of resilience. Reflecting on a mystery. You didn't know where to go. Your path forward was unclear. Your path forward was unclear, so you reflected on the past. It's a time for introspection and solitude. Step away from the noise and connect with your inner wisdom. You didn't know where to go, and so you went within. And this is where you found the inspiration and the clarity on how to move forward. The answers did not come from anyone or anything other than yourself. You went through this transformation alone. And that's why you're a leader. Plan to be a leader. You lead with intellectual strength, fairness, and integrity. Your decisions inspire trust and align with justice. You went within about what steps to take, maybe in the justice system as well, to bring things into balance so that you can get into your divine flow. Living your life with like integrity and balance also brings you happiness. Patience and harmony will guide you to success. Blend opposing energies and find balance in the process. Trust in the timing of your journey. The steady flow of integration leads to peace and aligned process. And people were trying to restrict you, to hold back this divine flow. You may feel trapped by limiting beliefs or external circumstances. The way forward lies in shifting your perspective. Trust in your strength to break free and move toward empowerment. Exactly. So you recognize the situation for what it is. Like, this situation it was happening to you, but it was mostly happening for you to build and prove not only to the world but to yourself how resilient and strong you are. And once you got a perspective on that, you stopped feeling like a victim and you felt like, okay, this is a test, right? You're gonna ace it. Exactly. Oh, I got chills. It's like, if you know you're being tested, something to do with a relationship and choices, making a decision in a relationship, someone was trying to restrict you. And again, once you discover that something is a test, it's much easier to move forward and make the right decisions. Finding a flow within a community. The entire community needs to get into their divine flow. Exploring emotions using insight. A community sees you as innocent, insightful. You have clarity in what you're creating. A community sees you as innocent. Something has been illuminated to a community about a fortune, inspiration, wisdom. You're inspirational and you've been battling a shadow. So you're very inspirational, you're very wise, and you have been battling a shadow entity who's been preying on you for your entire life. Oh, preying on your prosperity. You have the mentality of being prosperous even when you have nothing. This is being illuminated as well. Okay. And you're generous. All right. Your generosity is attracting prosperity as also. Okay. 2 more. Okay, thank you. Huh. Struggle. That's all you remember is struggle, and you're determined. So when people look back into your Akashic records, as they review your history, your childhood, your life, what they see is that you went through struggles and you were determined, and you still held the sword of truth at the ready. You were always honest in every situation. Somebody is looking into your past. They're looking into what has happened to you, and it's been a long road of struggles. Not only were you resilient, but you were also honest and determined, and you ride the steed of truth. Okay? They're exploring, looking into it. There's a guiding light here leading somebody through, proving your resilience. Something is proving your resilience, your choices moving forward. Someone's reviewing the forward movement, your choice to move forward. The collective was very, very determined. Let's see. Partial truth. So the shared experiences that you share with other people, it's only partial truth. Somebody's not telling you your full history. These memories. Oh, somebody wants to spill the beans to you, though. They want to tell you the full truth about your past, about your history, what happened. Either that or you're speaking out about the truth, the hidden truth, and mixed signals. The hidden truth about somebody having mixed signals. You're speaking out about how someone was intentionally mixing signals with you. By only telling you a part of the truth. Once you realized that they were only sharing parts of the truth that benefit themselves, that's when you started questioning everything. This is what it means by following your intuition, not ignoring small things that seem fishy. Yeah. Someone's trust in you is starting to waver, so someone didn't trust you because you're your authentic self? What? Somebody didn't trust that you were being your authentic self. They thought you were hiding something. And so they've been testing your limits, pushing your boundaries. They thought you've been hiding something. It's breaking news. A surprising revelation that shifted their perspective and how somebody has been pushing your boundaries and now you don't trust them. So there's a doubt in this part. Oh, it's because there's a hidden agenda and hidden motives as to why they've been pushing your boundaries. The loyalty. It was a loyalty test. A facade of concern. Yeah, it's complicated. It is very complicated as to why this person has been wearing a facade of concern. They look like they care. They look like they're very concerned, but the mixed signals, it was just too loud. You couldn't, they were being a bad influence, also pushing boundaries, being a bad influence. All you remember is struggle with someone. Who is this? It was smoke and mirrors. Don't be fooled by appearances, and you're not. You put a fan in the room to clear out the smoke and gave this person an ego check. Okay. So you made this person take a seat real quick. You put a fan in, cleared the smoke, gave the quick fast ego check because they were making you felt internally conflicted about a situation for a little bit, and once you realize that they were not respecting your boundaries, exactly, pushing the limits, testing you, boundaries respected in reverse. The other person respects your personal space and boundaries. You let them overstep the boundary one final time, and then it was like, okay, I see who you are. That was it. That was the final straw. Someone is intrigued by you and wants to know you better. Yeah. They wanted to see how far they could push you. This is being publicly seen. A private matter could be exposed. They wanted to expose your outburst with them pushing your boundaries, holding back, with you not holding back. They didn't want you to hold back so that they could report you for something. Whoa. Double standards, right. So that they could say that there's double standards or something. on a past life that's been playing both sides, and you've given them a cold shoulder. So you gave somebody from your past an ego check. You cleared up some smoke and mirrors. They've been playing both sides and disrespecting your boundaries on purpose. It's publicly exposed that you're giving them the cold shoulder now. You didn't hold back about how you demand someone that wants to grow with you. And they've been holding double standards, trying to control things. So they expect you to keep a tidy house, but yet they're a slob. They expect you to be fully without addiction, and yet, they're a raging alcoholic, or, they have their own, they smoke, a pack a day or whatever. So they were holding you to a different standard than them, and you decided that you're not going to hold back anymore. The other person is not being fully open with you in reverse. You're an open book. You're an open book, and they wanted to control you by holding you to double standards. Because you told them that you demand someone who wants to grow. You expect growth. You didn't mix signals. They can't mix the signals or play both sides anymore, because you see, that's why you're giving them the cold shoulder. Because of these lies, or partial truths. It's not an outright lie. They can honestly say they didn't lie, but they can't say that they have been transparent, right? You demand transparency and growth and togetherness. This person has been two-faced. That's why they get the cold shoulder. This is being seen. It's exposed that you gave someone a cold shoulder because you demand togetherness and joint growth and equal effort on both parties. Because if one person is doing less than the other one, or if one, that's not a partnership. That is codependency. And they've been, someone is friendly yet deceitful. They've been two-faced, wearing a mask. They're a fox in the hen house, right? A wolf in sheep's clothing, expecting to control you and double cross you. Someone is testing your loyalty because they were trying to pretend like they're loyal by only telling you partial truths, mixing the signals, but you're not doing that. You tested this person's loyalty as well by allowing them to mix the signals for a little bit. And that's the hidden truth, is that you always had your protective shell up. You never let your guard down. You just gave them enough, rope to hang themselves. And they proved who they were. You lured them in front of the mirror, and they did not like the reflection once they turned around. Who's the loyal one here? The real story is you're authentic, and you're transparent, and you're amazing, and you are you. There's no ulterior motives or hidden sides of you. What you see is what you get. That's the real story. You're loyal, but you also protect yourself because you've been taken advantage of. Authenticity is a delicious energy for these demons to take advantage of. They love it. They love a pure heart. The truth will eventually be exposed about mind games and why you had to protect your heart. Exactly. The real story is the collective is their authentic self. Oh, and people have been completely spreading rumors. That's why everybody was spreading rumors. It had to be rumors. It was never the truth. Maybe rumors are flying in your circle. People are talking about you, how authentic you are. It's an unexpected revelation. Somebody confessed about going on an adventure so that they could keep up appearances, so they could guard and protect the image of their inner circle. Uh-oh. This is the ulterior motive. They were trying to save face. Unmasking motives, ulterior motives. Holy cow! Unexpected revelation. The why is way more important than the what. Right? What happened isn't as important as the why. The betrayal in a relationship, that is minuscule. That's minute. That is very small when it comes to the grand scheme of why everything was being done. Okay. Okay, we're doing the why. All right. they were gonna ask for a loan in the future. Absolutely. Okay, so somebody was expecting to be able to ask you for money, or they were expecting to get money from you. They were gonna say, hey, can you give me, they regret what they were planning in the future in your safe space because it's so positive. Okay, so they thought you had a deeper layer, and now they regret the fact that you're a good, positive person. They were sure that they could get this done. You're being unfriendly now and mirroring their energy back to them. This is making them regret their actions because of the plans that they had to get a loan, or they were going to pay off a loan. Honestly, yeah, the whole intention, the why, is because they're greedy. Greedy. What were smoke and mirrors? Somebody can't mix the signals. Mixed signals. They were being deceitful, they had ill intentions, and they were planning on deceiving you in the future with false promises. They were making false promises. You got a perspective on this. Your wisdom is rooted in experience, and you can offer a fresh perspective. So you've experienced this energy before, you've been through this, and that's why you know when it's time to let it go before it consumes you. Correct? Deceit, false promises. This was supposed to be kept secret. They were holding this back. The fact that they were deceiving you, obviously, they wouldn't tell you that. They really didn't want to come in and support you. You got perspective on this. You were able to see that they weren't really supporting, and they're very secretive, and so it's goodbye time. The moment has come to part ways. Our paths are diverging, and it's time to let go. You gave yourself good advice, and you said, all right, but do it friendly, right? I know you're keeping secrets, and you're not here to support me. It's time to go. Goodbye. That's it. That's very friendly. That's very honest. You're not cutting anybody down. It's very positive. It's very friendly. You have pure intentions, and you only want to elevate people, right? But that means yourself as well. You can't forego your own elevation and success to bring someone up out of the depths that they have dug themselves into. That's called self-love and self-respect. In the future, this loan, they're going to apologize and try to ask for a loan and mirror your energy. And no, sorry, bro. Get a job. Use your job in the future to do that. It's not the collective's problem. It's not the collective's responsibility to help and bail someone out of a mess that they created. Somebody wants your future self to misread the signs about how reckless they've been. So they've been acting recklessly, not only physically and with you, but also with their money. They want you to ignore this. It's a red flag, though. Consider this your red flag. It's good vibes only in your space, not someone who wants you to misread signals and try and give you false promises and say, I promise in the future I'm going to pay you back. No, there have been enough chances given to this person. It's not a grudge. Harboring hatred traps you in the past, anchoring you to old wounds and preventing progress. Let go with forgiveness to break free from the cycle. So you're surrounded by uplifting energy. Take this as a sign that you're on a supported path to the greatest good. So you are putting out good vibes. This is what you're exuding. And this is what the other person is exuding. They hate you for some reason. They're holding a grudge against you because you have good vibes. It's so weird. You're a positive and friendly and loving and generous person, and somebody here is just holding a grudge, trying to drain your energy. You're the wrong person to mess with. They need another reality check. It's fine, collective. You can do that. You're very strong. You're very resilient, and you're very determined. And so are they. They're very determined to drain your energy. And it's all because they're holding a grudge against you. For what? I have no idea. Anger. It's because they're mad. Fury has consumed your energy and clouded your judgment. Reclaim control by directing your energy towards happiness instead of clinging to past wounds. So they thought they could make you angry. They want to make you angry so that they can bring down your good vibes. So they're trying to dim your light by making you angry. They know that anger is a form of shadow, right? It's one of those negative that brings your energy down. You're too high vibing. You're too happy. You're too carefree. And any emotion is better than no emotion. They want you to self-sabotage. Their actions stem from fear and self-doubt, consciously addressing patterns and behaviors by questioning the purpose they serve. They need to address their patterns and behaviors and why they do them. They're self-sabotaging. Fear and self-doubt makes them hate you. It makes them be insincere. Anybody that wants you to dim your light or self-sabotage does not need to be in your energy. Protect your energy from people like this that don't know how to be genuine and sincere. Right time in reverse. Fear your power in reverse. Conditions are ideal and the timing is aligned. Your efforts will be met with positive outcomes. Take action with confidence in reverse. They're not confident that they can come at you in this way anymore. You're not afraid of them. They have no confidence in coming towards you because they understand and know that you're not afraid of them, and they can't make you angry. This was a bad investment. This venture will drain your resources without yielding worthwhile returns. Redirect your efforts to more aligned opportunities, and that's what you're doing. You're doing it in a very friendly, positive, and honest way as well. Like they can't even hold a grudge against you because they can't make you mad. If they could make you angry and lash out, that would give them more leverage. It's a reality check about how bad of an investment this was, trying to drain your energy, trying to get you in your emotions, trying to be a bad influence, using external influences to make it look like you're dependent on them. They're trying to numb the fact that they're so out of alignment. Shadow side in reverse, exactly. They're refusing to look at their shadow, trying to break down your boundaries. They have no boundaries for themselves. They want to be the right person so much. They're not the right person, but they want to be. They want to break down your boundaries. They want you to nurture the relationship. You're not putting up with any of these things anymore, though, because you're seeing things the way you want them to be, not the way they actually are. Face the truth with eyes wide open. Yeah, so you've looked at a situation with eyes wide open, if your future self is telling you, stop being naive, right? You're not looking at the full situation. This person is living in their shadow. They only need to be in your energy for a short amount of time. They only came here for a specific time. And they're trying to break down your boundaries. All right, what else? One more or two more, okay? Lost faith and they're ashamed. So they lost faith, they're going to be able to get it done. You're not naive anymore. They're ashamed for what they did because it was very reckless. It's just a bad idea all around. It's okay. Either they'll learn their lesson or they won't. It's okay. Jail time is we'll give them ample time to look at their shadow when even though they're refusing to do it right now. I think that they're hoping they can talk you out of, like, I don't know, testifying against them or something. Anybody that attacks you, though, is just not fair. Why would you not? If double standards, precisely, they wanted to persecute you to the end, and they want you to take it easy on them. Where was the take it easy when it was you on the scales? What? It just doesn't make any sense. They have no empathy. That's the principle of the matter right there, is the fact that these people lack empathy. They didn't care when it was you in the hot seat, but now that it's them in the hot seat, they can't handle it. Making peace, spilling tea about a family feud, and somebody being a gold digger, a whole family being a bunch of gold diggers. Everybody is gossiping about that. That a group of gold diggers want to make peace. They're with a toxic tie. You have to invite in another toxic tie in order for them to be able to make peace with you, and it's not happening. so that they can make money off of it. Anybody that they send your way will be a toxic tie that they're trying to get money from. They want you to fall in love with somebody in their network so that they can get the money. Nope. You'll know who's genuine when they come towards you. A party scene. The vibe is social, the setting is electric, and everyone's playing a role. Some are here to connect, some just want the spotlight. So looking back on your exes, you can see that they all just wanted to be in the spotlight with you, trying to get dirt. So an ex was trying to make you party, get dirt on you so that they could make you overwhelmed with bills. That's how and why this toxic tie was there. They wanted you to be partying or trying to create a scene, make it look like you're a partier because your ex needed to dig up dirt on you because they're broke and need a handout. This isn't a victim-villain story, it's a messy entanglement where both sides are contributing to the destruction. So maybe them and another person, a third wheel, exactly. Okay, so them and a third wheel are broke and need money. And the third wheel is a big drama queen, lies detected. You learned about this person, and also that's why you're cleansing your energy of them, because you know that they've been working with a third party trying to steal from you behind your back, trying to break your heart over ex drama and have you partying. The audacity. They wanted to laugh they were laughing at you maybe about ex drama. They wanted to laugh at you, but you live a sober life. They've been trying to dig up drama. They're going rogue and you're living the sober life. They created a fake profile. So they had the audacity to laugh at you while you were feeling heartbroken, but all the while you're healing and sobering up, and they created a fake profile to make it look like you were the broke one and you were the problem in the relationship. Okay. Heartbreak, the audacity, crossing your boundaries, and they acted like it was their right to throw shade at you as they crossed your boundaries. Shade doesn't always look like aggression. It hides in backhanded praise, tone, and just joking energy. So, laughing at your heartbreak, it was a curated image because they had a hidden agenda. And this says, with no distractions or substances to blur the view, what is real is finally visible. From here, better choices are available. So they wanted to hide the fact that you had sobered up. They wanted you to look broke. You're the toxic one in the relationship. Maybe that you're a catfish. You have a hidden agenda. That's part of why you have addictions, is because you're a catfisher. Throwing shade because they hate how you look. They were throwing shade at you and trying to make you look a certain way as part of the hidden agenda, to make it look like you're broke and addicted. Family feud. Sometimes blood is thicker than water, and sometimes it's just thicker with drama, judgment, and silent grudges. So they're throwing shade at you. They hate the way you look. They've been trying to make you look a certain way so they can laugh at you, but it's not going to happen. And a hidden agenda for them trying to get you back together with an ex that was in the network. A family is fighting about this because of some sort of pregnancy test results. The guesswork is over. An answer is coming that will clarify everything or complicate it even more. Somebody is pregnant. This proves that somebody is back together, or envy. A third party is pregnant. What? Family is fighting because you were supposed to get back together with somebody so that they could get you pregnant. And it was all because they were jealous? Oh, consequences. Okay, it's because they were jealous and they wanted you to suffer consequences. They were also chasing clout and gold digging. Everybody pulling strings to hide messages. They wanted to knock you up because they were jealous, and now they can't run from their karma anymore. What? Envy vibes. Who is jealous? This, and it's got the, I mean, it's got the evil eye, right? They were so, I don't know. They wanted to knock you up out of wedlock so that they could give you the evil eye, so that you would be seen as, you know, a harlot or something. But now consequences. Test results. What's the test results? What? Trying to give you an incurable disease so they could steal from you. Test results about it. Okay, so DHS was going to fabricate some sort of test results so that they could steal. Theft. Or turning in test results to DHS so they could steal your child. This is not cloaked. They can't hide this. Cloaking in reverse. Something is not hidden. Exposed evidence. There's evidence exposed about an incurable disease. So test this. I mean, it's not pregnancy. From what it's looking like. It's looking like it's some sort of incurable disease. Identity theft. They can't put you in an arranged marriage. They can't get you back together with somebody in their network. Someone who's not the parent. Blocking intuition. Hiding tax evasion. Wow, okay. So these people who were not your parents were trying to set you up in a marriage. To block your intuition. Third eye. They were not following their intuition. Arranged marriage and tax evasion. Somebody was evading taxes. Or it's exposed that something was an arranged marriage so that they could evade taxes. There's a web of lies about something not being over. These people who are not your parents were telling a web of lies about something being over. Karma. Okay. They can't get you in an arranged marriage to evade taxes. It's karma for this web of lies about tax evasion and an incurable disease that the collective doesn't have. It was all mind control, trying to control someone's mind. MK Ultra, control someone's reality. Permanent ending in reverse. They couldn't mind control you to get you to take yourself out. Setup in reverse on the run. The setup didn't work. It was an unsuccessful setup to get you on the run, to make you run away. Karma for trying to give you an incurable disease in the past. Trying to set you up and make it look like you were on the run because of something with OnlyFans. This was mind control. Manipulation. Controlling people's minds to believe something. It's out of their jurisdiction now. Everything was coercion with this STD. Okay, so the incurable disease is an STD. They have lost jurisdiction over this because maybe something happened internationally or in another state. STD, something happened. Blocking blessings. Your blessings are protected by the angels. They wanted to block your blessings by giving you an STD, but you're protected by angels. They are getting no blessings. They get no blessings for conspiring together to attack an angel, an earth angel. Something's out of their jurisdiction. Ooh, because of it's a PEDO. There's evidence. There's evidence that somebody is a PEDO. And the location at where this happened has been it's going to be worldwide coverage. On a home security camera, a secret investigation into a fake ID that's been seen. The location of where this happened is known. It's no longer undisclosed. It's going to get worldwide coverage now because there's a secret investigation into a fake ID, or maybe there was no investigation into the use of a fake ID. This was all hidden. Okay, sacral chakra fabricated something SE actual involving you was fabricated. This was not you. Someone falsely identified you in order to have you secretly investigated or in order to block an investigation. It was all part of a purification rite so that they could purify their energy from something illegal that they had done involving an exotic substance that they're maybe addicted to, or that they harvest in some way using gang stalking in order to escape someone. North America in reverse, to scapegoat you in order to have you transported out of the country. Gang stalking scapegoat. There was a contract here. Now someone's completely broke because of cryptocurrency. Why is the crypto? Oh, because the Red Shoe Society is exposed, maybe, and this is a smoking GUN because of the payments in cryptocurrency. Online, something online is exposed, how they were money laundering online in secret. This was the cryptocurrency is how they were doing it. This is corruption. Crown chakra, you receive divine downloads, messages, and you're trustworthy because you get divine messages from the heavens, straight from the angels. Natural causes. Oh, what you do for a ritual is natural and good and pure and loving. They wanted to make a ritual look like natural causes, though. Cloaking. Something hidden is now seen. They cannot cloak something. They can't cloak the ritual that they do anymore and make it look like it happens naturally. An attorney. There's an attorney that has been using blackmail to make something look like it happens naturally. Europe. And a judge. An attorney's been blackmailing a judge in Europe. Okay. Why? It's to not be completely honest, to not only tell a partial truth. So an attorney has been blackmailing a judge in Europe, trying to get them to only tell a partial truth. They don't want them to be completely honest. Why? About an attack that happened in Europe. Someone's not a cheater. Someone's not an undercover cheater. Solar plexus in reverse, a forged signature. So they want to block your solar plexus with a forged signature. They think they can block something that you're creating using a forged signature, trying to hide something creative that you did. They're very optimistic that they're going to be able to get this done. Trying to hide the transfer of your creative work. They're optimistic about Africa. What about Africa? Why are they optimistic? Religion, emergency meeting, CPS. Okay, so they're very optimistic that they're going to be able to have an emergency religious meeting in secret. CPS. Something in Africa, they're very optimistic that it's going to work out. They can hide your creativity by forging your signature, or steal your creativity by forging your signature. It's all ill intentions. A secret emergency meeting about CPS. It's going to be a failure because of customs. What's going to be a failure? They're not getting a victory. They're desperate and wanting to self-delete. They're desperate for you to self-delete. They're desperate, and this whole sorority is desperate, and they're thinking about taking themselves out because of what they were doing was very sinister. Fire sign in reverse. This is like lusty, like gross lusty. What they've been doing is very gross lusty with an escort. Trying to hide a hacker that hacked into an institution. It's also they're trying to detox their energy and hide the demonic things that they've been doing behind the scenes. I don't know how they're going to be able to manage to do that because, again, digital currency, cryptocurrency, I thought that like the whole reason they wanted us to transfer to that system is because of the checks and balances, right? The way that they can keep track of it. So if I mean, they might as well go ahead and give themselves a restart. I'm not telling anybody to do that, but I understand where they're coming from. That's a heavy weight to bear, to know that you have attacked someone as hard as they've attacked you, collective. They didn't expect your resilience. They didn't know how strong you were. And it's not just you. You're backed by an entire army of angels. They didn't expect that. They didn't believe in that, number one. And so, of course, they didn't expect it if they didn't believe that it was real. So, consequences are here, though, for them being so jealous of your light. They wanted to snuff you out to stop you from whatever you're creating. They're very optimistic. What are they? You know, hold on. What are they optimistic about in Africa? There's going to be a secret meeting about CPS in Africa, a Page of Pentacles from the past. A secret meeting about a Page of Pentacles in the past. So this could be a child. Knight of Cups. A love offer. Offering a cup of love to a Page of Pentacles to get a fortune, Wheel of Fortune. This is like, oh, it may be like adopting a child as well. Child adoption to receive the fortune of the child, and then trapping them, manipulating. Page of Pentacles, trying to win at all costs, using a Page of Pentacles to win at all costs over a star. Or this is how an Aquarius thought that they would be able to manipulate a situation, was using a child. But something happened. They're sad because something's changing. 5-5. Something's changing. They're sad and depressed because what they did was manipulation, trying to get wish fulfillment, but justice is here. They thought that they would get their wish fulfillment in the justice system, but they're sad and depressed because they've been manipulating. What have they been manipulating, Spirit? The justice system, okay? The justice system has been manipulated so that they could receive what they need. So their ships would come in, manipulating the justice system, using the justice system to receive what they need. What were they receiving? A King of Swords received something. Toxic, a home. A devil, a King of Swords, and a devil received stability. A King of Swords and a Capricorn received a home, or there was a transfer of a home. Ships. What was the stability? On the internet? From something on the internet. It was a bad decision. Holding back, trying to hold back somebody's money. So an air sign and a Capricorn received stability from something on the internet. This was a bad decision that they made to hold back your money. You could be a Virgo, and this is what is being investigated or looked into. Trying to hold you back from healing or going within as well. They're very burdened. They're very burdened because they beat you up, or because they fought with you. They attacked you. 5 of Wands. They fought with you. An investigator is seeing what a burden these people were and how they were trying to fight with you. It was a risk. They took a leap of faith to burden and bring you conflict. Okay, justice. 9 of Swords, they're stressed out. Stressed out, can't sleep. Because they switched something around in a marriage. A King of Wands to a King of Wands. All right, so something went to a King of Wands in a relationship. It was switched around. The King of Wands received something. This was, they're under harsh judgment. They're stressed out because justice is here. They're under harsh judgment. A Tower for trying to sacrifice someone. Yeah, They wanted to get you stuck. They thought that holding back finances from you would get you stuck, but they didn't know you were the wounded warrior. Yeah, you defended yourself. You put up boundaries here, and you went into hiding, and you went within secretly. You kept it a secret about how much you were having to defend yourself. An investigator is seeing this as well in a relationship. You had a secret relationship, putting up boundaries with the secret relationship in the past. Or you did it quietly. Yeah. This is, even though you were left out in the cold and broke, you quietly put up boundaries with every relationship that you had in your life. An investigator is seeing this. This is why they wanted to burden you and fight you and beat you up. They took a risk in the past to leave you out in the cold. There was no love here. You dumped out the poison chalice. There was no love in this marriage. That a King of Wands switched something around. No love in this marriage. It was lust. Okay? Lust. This is being seen clearly, and somebody is under harsh judgment, that there was no love in this union. It was just lust. There's a tower because they were trying to create an illusion to get you caught up in a contract or with a contract with a King of Pentacles. Oh, okay, so a King of Pentacles maybe married you on paper. They didn't want you to get away. They didn't want you to emotionally walk away from a relationship that there was no love in. Yeah, they needed to manipulate you, but you see them clearly. Exactly. Magician, Sun, you see them. You see them clearly. And maybe a Page of Pentacles, there's no illusion. You've been disillusioned about a child. Someone not being the father of a child. Oh, and they received a fortune from someone, an Aquarius in reverse. So an unhealed person received money from a child. You know that this person is not this child's parent. It was all part of a job. You're to come out of jail, to get out of entrapment using a wand. They don't want to go to jail for being lusty, for using their wand. A family of lusty individuals, the actions taken by a family. The truth is here. They can't put you in jail. You're a hard worker, and they've been trying to steal your fortune by taking out a star or from blocking your healing. The truth about a family and the actions that they took. The truth is here, and you're not going to jail. It's a missed opportunity because of the truth. And an investment. It's a missed opportunity with an investment, a baby mama or an empress, a mother figure, an aunt, a sister, because of messages. Then they're sad because you get forward movement. They're sad that you get a victory. The messages are exposed and they're very sad. The messages. That's been the reoccurring gong that is going off. The messages. This is the problem. I think they were using a messaging app that they didn't expect to ever be accessible, decodable. They never expected anybody to get their eyes on the messages, or maybe they never expected an investigator to demand the actual messages, right? It's like if somebody has given you screenshots of a conversation, you know, screenshots only go so far. That's not real hard evidence. Let's pull the phone records, right? Let's like see the actual device that the messages were sent on, and maybe this evidence was requested from them and they couldn't produce it or something. I don't know. They made a bad decision with an investigator to get you in trouble, but actually everything that this Empress was doing was an injustice to you. So they didn't want it to come back onto them, but now they're suffering the consequences of their actions of being jealous because you cut them off. You're a high priestess, and they've been trying to get a rise out of a high priestess. They're angry because you cut them off. You put up boundaries. You have just elevated above them. It's not a big deal. No hard feelings. You would prefer for them to grow with you, right? Double mission. You're uplifting humanity while they're sitting in the desert angry. They need to soften to love. You wish that they could be on the same plane as you. They're just not on your timeline anymore. It's sad. If you had your choice, these people would have never betrayed you. If you had your choice, they would have apologized when the time was right. But unfortunately, it's time to just cut them off, because you see that they're trying to artificially place you in a desert, in a place that's supposed to be lush and green, right? No. It's time for a new age to be born, righting wrongs, coming to terms with other people and yourself, with any, I don't know, let's right the wrongs. Inner Earth, you'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. There's a solution coming to an issue. About your double mission and how you're a light body. You've been activated. You're on a double mission here. A light worker who's been activated to raise the collective conscious. Baby steps in reverse. Lost lands in reverse. You've done this before. Soul memories and gifts. Action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. So this is what you did in the past. All right. So the lost lands are no longer lost. Baby steps are about to turn into large leaps. Somebody's defenseless. Okay. Someone else is defenseless now because you've opened a portal with your words. You dove deep into your emotions and you opened a portal. You get to decide your own destiny now because you love yourself. You've been watering your own garden, taking care of your temple, and so you spontaneously awoken. You lit the blue flame of activation. That's like 3 times in these cards. Activation. Okay? Because you were able to surrender. You were going through this hard time. You didn't know which way to turn. You didn't know who to ask for help. You just surrendered and gave it up to God and said, okay, which way do you want me to go? What steps am I, going to take? And you meditated and you were like, oh, okay, that's a good idea. It's like you were answering your own questions, but you didn't know maybe for a little while that was actually, it's God speaking through you. It's your star brothers and sisters, your divine protection, telling you to trust in them. Get perspective, zoom out, get perspective on what's going on and let us protect you. Stop working so hard and fighting back so hard. Okay. Wow, that's good. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.